Welcome back to Mystiques. Today, we're delving into a case that's been called one of the most disturbing poltergeist hauntings ever documented, the Enfield Poltergeist. Imagine furniture moving on its own, disembodied voices speaking in guttural tones, and an atmosphere thick with fear. This isn't just a story, it's a terrifying journey into the unknown that has left both experts and enthusiasts reeling. Get ready to uncover the unsettling details of this haunting and prepare yourself for a tale that's guaranteed to keep you awake at night. The beginning of the nightmare. Our tale begins in August 1977 in the quiet suburban area of Enfield, London. Single mother Peggy Hodgson and her 4 children were living a seemingly normal life until they began to experience a series of unsettling disturbances in their modest home on Green Street. It all started with a strange noise, furniture moving on its own. Peggy reported, "I heard what sounded like furniture moving and banging around in the house. When I went to investigate, I found the children in sheer panic. It wasn't long before these minor disturbances escalated into something far more sinister. The Hodgson family was about to find themselves at the center of one of the most terrifying hauntings ever documented. The disturbances, the phenomena soon turned horrifying. Objects began to levitate and be thrown across rooms, seemingly with no explanation. Perhaps the most shocking incident involved a large armchair that appeared to slide across the room of its own accord. Witnesses reported seeing the chair move several feet as if pushed by an unseen force. Things got even more disturbing when Janet Hodgson, the youngest child, began to exhibit bizarre and unsettling behaviors. She would enter trances and speak in a guttural, unrecognizable voice. Janet's voice, described as sounding like a grown man's, was later identified as possibly belonging to a malevolent entity. Janet's experiences were alarming, with many witnessing her strange behavior and hearing her speak in voices that did not belong to her. Investigations and witnesses. The case quickly drew the attention of paranormal investigators, including Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair from the Society for Psychical Research, SPAR. They documented the phenomena extensively, recording both audio and video evidence. Grosse, who became deeply involved in the investigation, recalled, "We saw objects moving, heard knocking sounds, and Janet speaking in voices that were not her own. It was as though the house was alive with malevolent energy." One of the most chilling pieces of evidence was a recording of Janet's voice during one of her trances. The voice on the tape was deep and gravelly, contrasting sharply with Janet's natural voice. The entity, identifying itself as Bill, claimed to have died in the house years before. This recording added a layer of terror to the already frightening events, making it clear that something dark and sinister was at play. Theories and controversies. As the case gained media attention, numerous theories emerged to explain the phenomena. Skeptics suggested that the disturbances could be attributed to psychological stress or even outright hoaxes. Some argued that Janet and her siblings might have been fabricating the events for attention or out of fear. However, the physical evidence collected was compelling. Furniture moving and objects being thrown were captured on camera, and the audio recordings of Janet's voice were analyzed for authenticity. The consistency of the phenomena over several months lent credibility to the claims. As one investigator noted, "The evidence we collected was so consistent and disturbing that it was hard to dismiss it as a mere hoax." The entities involved. One of the most terrifying aspects of the Enfield Poltergeist case was the presence of malevolent entities. The entity that Janet communicated with identified itself as Bill, a former tenant who had died in the house. Reports suggested that other spirits and entities were also interacting with the family, adding to the sense of dread and confusion. Maurice Grosse and Lyon Playfair reported feeling an oppressive atmosphere in the houses. Playfair described the experience, saying, "The energy in that house was palpable." It felt like being trapped in a nightmare. The unsettling presence felt by investigators and witnesses alike added to the chilling nature of the case. The aftermath. By the end of 1978, the intensity of the disturbances had decreased significantly. The Hodgson family eventually moved out of the house, but the haunting left a lasting impact on everyone involved. The Enfield Poltergeist case has become a significant part of paranormal history, inspiring numerous books, documentaries, and even films, including the movie The Conjuring 2, which dramatizes the events. While skeptics continue to question the authenticity of the case, the experiences reported by the Hodgson family and the extensive documentation by investigators make it one of the most compelling and frightening hauntings ever recorded. Legacy of fear. To this day, the Enfield Poltergeist remains a chilling reminder of the dark and eerie side of the supernatural. The case continues to fascinate and terrify those interested in the unknown. As one investigator put it, the Enfield Poltergeist wasn't just about moving furniture or spooky noises. It was about the profound sense of fear and helplessness that the family endured. So the next time you hear a bump in the night or a creak in the floorboards, remember the haunting tale of the Enfield Poltergeist. The unknown is always lurking, and sometimes it's closer than we think. If you enjoyed the most horrifying poltergeist cases in history, don't forget to like, subscribe to Mystiques, and hit that notification bell for more spine-tingling content. Until next time, keep your lights on and your doors locked. You never know what might be lurking in the shadows.